What's up, everybody? Welcome to Live Fridays with the Tennis Coach. You know the spill. My name is Chris Clark, former college tennis player, tennis pro, and good old-fashioned tennis enthusiast. I couldn't be more excited to welcome in our WTA guest today. She's all the way from Turkey, which is really cool, but she's currently competing in the reopening of tennis, which is amazing, in Belgrade, Serbia. More importantly, she has just an amazing profile. So I'm going to welcome her in here in the next couple of minutes. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below and we'll do our best to get to them. Give it 1 second while I get her in. One second. Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. The day's almost or half over now, but it's a beautiful day here in the States and can't complain. Can't complain.
Yeah, great. How is the situation in USA at the moment?
It's not great.
Yeah, I read the news, but
It's not
it
great, but
doesn't sound good.
no, it doesn't sound good. You know, I'm thinking I need to move out of the country, but
Yeah, well, imagine if everyone wants to move out.
yeah, that could be a problem, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
that's pretty funny. And where are you at right now?
I'm in Serbia at the moment in
Okay.
Belgrade. There's a exhibition tournament, which I
Yeah.
think it's great for the players since we don't really get to play matches
Yeah.
last like couple of months. So
Hmm.
I think it's great opportunity for us to play some matches and make some money for the like later on. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's awesome at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And thanks again for jumping on. I personally
No,
really appreciate it.
yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, yeah. The reason, just so you know the backstory, and the reason why I started Live Fridays was one, to connect with people from all around the world, but two, to kind of humanize pro tennis and, give an inside look of what pros are doing more so
Yeah.
during quarantine. But now, as we start back up and get back into tennis, like, get to know what you're doing and how you're training and how you're holding up. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I think it's great what you're doing also for us, but also for the people who interest in tennis, like they would want to know more like inside what how our days, how are the tournaments are going. So I think
yeah,
it's great. So
I appreciate that.
yeah, yeah. Wait a
So,
second, this.
oh, yeah,
So yeah, I'm in Belgrade. It was a couple of tough months we've been through, which we never really experienced it before. I'm happy it's, let's say, half over because it's not really over because
yeah,
we cannot still travel as we like. I mean, it's a miracle that I could travel to Belgrade at the moment because in Turkey it's not really it's not over. We still have more than like 1,500 cases almost like
wow,
each day. So that's still a lot.
yeah,
And because of those problems, Europe doesn't really allow us to travel from Turkey to Europe without any quarantine. So if that's
mhm,
the case, we cannot really go and play tournaments if we have to do 15 days of quarantine each when we travel, like each time.
yeah, absolutely,
So yeah, that's why we're trying to like keep it as positive as we can.
for
Let's say
sure.
like practice more and then trying to get back in the like circle, like playing
Hmm.
matches and like practicing proper, because it's been only like couple of weeks we could really practice normal. Before that, we were not
Yeah,
allowed to play more than like 1.5 hour, 2 hours max in a day.
yeah,
So not even in the weekends because we had to do lockdowns in the weekends in Turkey. So it was really tough for all of us. But I'm happy that these times are past now. So we have to really focus on the future, what might come next. So we
yeah.
should be prepared. Yeah.
And the one thing I hear you talking about is just like how good it feels to be back out on the court, but also
Jesus,
just the
yeah,
appreciation for the game of tennis when you all of a
yeah,
sudden can't play. Can you talk a little bit about that?
yeah, it's crazy, seriously, because like I think I don't know, I cannot even remember when was the last time I had a break from tennis more
Hmm.
than a week, not even a month, like more than a week. Like
Yeah,
even if we're not, let's say, playing tournaments, we still have to do like preseason practices and traveling, so we
right.
had to do like we have to plan at least everything. But then they took away from tennis in our life, and we were like, what are we gonna do now?
Yeah,
What normal people do. So it was pretty crazy. But now when we are in a court, even not in a tournament, but
hmm,
even for an hour in a court, we're really enjoying so much. Like we forgot how fun, I mean, painful but fun is to be on a court, because it
yeah,
was really so much painful to even play an hour. We were like getting so much tired,
yeah,
and but it was really so much fun to be out there again. And competing is another story. Of course, now we don't really perform our like 100%, since it was really too long,
yeah,
like to have a break like this. So we're trying to get back into rhythm.
yeah,
First couple of matches were really tough. It's like we started to learn tennis all over again. But
yeah. I
but
get that. I get that.
yeah, but it's awesome still. Like we should appreciate more to be on a court again, I think.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is because the tournament aired on the Tennis Channel, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I was able to like see you play, and I was telling my wife like, "Hey, I'm gonna talk with her tomorrow because she's in the tournament, so I hope we can still be able to talk." But
Oh my
um,
God, yeah.
just to your point of, hey, it was your first tournament back, and being on the tennis court and almost having to just fill it out again because it had been so long. But can you talk about just how did it feel just to be back out there and get those goosebumps again and really just
Yeah.
hit some balls? Because I mean, it's going to be tough for anybody, right? You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, but
Yeah, yeah, like we're I think 20, 21 girls at the moment, like in a
okay,
draw. So we always like practice each other and we talk to each other, we're like, oh, like how are you doing? Like how was your quarantine?
yeah,
So everyone says like, okay, it's hard to play points, like matches, but it's really awesome to be able to play at the moment, because like a few weeks ago, we didn't even know if we could play like this year at all, or
yeah,
we could even if it's possible to practice like daily. So we had no idea. So
right,
we were like, okay, this is a good chance. So we try our best. Of course, some of us are dealing better than some of us those tough times.
right,
Obviously, like the higher rank players are more into it than us. But
yeah,
still, for everyone, we're really excited. And I mean, I think to start the year, like say, like the season with those kind of exhibition matches are even better than playing tournaments, because in tournaments you have more pressure, then you really have to do your best. But right
hmm,
now, no one actually can do their 100%. So it's good chance to play like each day and every day, to play matches against like high quality of tennis. So I think
absolutely,
it's a really good chance for everyone to start the season with this kind of exhibition matches. So
yeah,
we're really excited, and everyone is really happy to be on court. I think like that's what I get a feeling when
yeah.
I'm with the girls.
Yeah, no, you made a lot of good points there. It's good to be back on the court. Whether for me, I love to teach and see kids get better or adults get better, and just being back out there because it's one of those things you never think it's gonna like be taken away from you, right? And you all of a
Yeah,
sudden can't play
I'm.
one day.
Yeah, you cannot like if someone would tell me that you would not be able to play tennis for like 3 months, I would say like, are you crazy? Like, even if I would retire from tennis, that
Yeah.
wouldn't happen in my dream, you know, like 3 months, no tennis, like only at home, like exercise at home. That's really like crazy times. And I mean, I don't want to experience this again, just
Yeah.
to be
No,
clear.
no, I hear you. It definitely makes you cherish tennis. And I think for some players, like quarantine life could have been good. It could have been an opportunity to get healthy, but for some players, it's probably terrible, right? Like you're used to having that structure, and now you're searching for ways and to figure out how to train, to figure out how
Yeah.
to stay motivated. And I wanted to ask you, like, how were you able to, still train and stay motivated while you were quarantined?
Yeah, it wasn't easy, to be honest. Like first couple of weeks, we had let's say energy and motivation to like keep training at home, like do exercises and to stay fit, you know, what we could do at home. We even went to like car parking slots, like indoor car parking slots to hit a few balls so we could just when it's back we could be ready, you
Ready?
know.
Hmm.
But after like a couple of weeks, you get really frustrated to be at home and not
Yeah.
to be able to play or go out or see your friends, even like see your parents like face to face, you know. So it
Yeah.
was like after those weeks, you feel like, okay, like I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay in, just watch Netflix and just have some drinks.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going anywhere or you're not playing any tennis soon, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, but after like couple of months,
Hmm.
then you started to feel like, okay, this is not the life you choose. So you have to start some point
Yeah.
to know, like to have preparation at least if the tour comes back, because then the rumors has started that it's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Then you feel like, okay, what are you doing? Just go
Yeah.
back to your job and do your fitness at least, you know. So it was really tough. And in the like first hitting practices, it was like really enjoyable, but
Hmm.
at the same time it was pretty tough because you cannot really handle yourself, like seeing yourself that weak and getting tired after like half an hour hitting, not even like heavy hitting, you know, just like
Right.
normal easy, just warm up hitting, you know, then you're dead. And I'm like, oh my god, like
It's like
we have
starting
a,
over again, right?
yeah, like
And I'm
we
sure
have,
it's obviously it's very frustrating.
it's,
Yeah, it's a gift and a
yeah,
curse. It's one of those
yeah,
things.
it's crazy. And I feel like Jesus, like we have so much work to do, but then it gets better and better and better, like each day, every day. But
Yeah.
it's important to keep the routines like same as much as possible, you know, like how you used to do the things, you know, you have to keep them and like push them really hard to get back in the like how you used to be. Otherwise, if you're not really pushing it, you'll never get the, at least never gonna get better than you used to be, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
no,
yeah,
I mean, for sure. There's people too, you come out of quarantine and, a lot of people probably lost it, right? And you get into some bad habits and you pick up some good habits as well. But I think
yeah,
it's everybody's watching, like, how's this player going to come back out of quarantine? How are they
yeah,
playing well? Are they playing bad? Like, I think
yeah,
everybody's going to be on the same boat though. Like, you're going to have a lot of up and down as you look at the
yeah.
tour.
I
You may
mean,
play well one day, play bad the next day. It's just how it's going to be.
yeah, exactly. I mean, this is what exactly happening in here, Belgrade at the moment. Like we have some really like good girls, like top 100 girls here, who are, I've never seen them fitter, you know. I'm like, how is that possible? Like you didn't do like quarantine like we did, you know. But
Yeah.
then I see them playing. Okay, one day they are like amazing. I'm like, okay, I know how they are like top 100. Like it's obvious, like they're too strong, they're fast, and they know how to handle any point.
Yeah.
But then I see the next day and they're making the same mistakes as I did, like just now, you know. So I
Right.
know at least like we're struggling the same problems. But like I said, some players are handling better than the other ones, and it's changing on the daily basis. Like some days are good, some days are bad. I think in like a couple of weeks we're gonna find our way back, and I think
Absolutely.
everyone will get their rhythm and they're gonna get fitter. I mean, that's what we wanna hope, at least, you know.
And also get more matches. I think that's the one thing some players have been able to hit and they still
Yeah,
have a good rhythm, but match play is a totally
exactly.
different thing, right? And
It's completely different thing, and it's more like making, like, it's frustrating, you know, to be able to hit on, like, during the practice everything is fine, you're
yeah,
running and you're not making any mistakes, and then boom, like in a match you cannot even put a ball on court, and I'm like, what just changed? You
right.
know, it's the same balls, but actually it's like completely different, completely different. Even like we can say sport, you know, because matches are
Yeah.
always so much different than practices.
Yeah. And speaking of like match play and not knowing how the year is going to progress, as you think of like an up and coming junior, or even it could be someone on the tour, like what type of advice would you give to them, as they look to one, either play on the WTA tour or they're coming out of quarantine and things aren't working out? Like, how would you advise them?
Yeah, I mean, tennis is like, some people think tennis is, let's say you work and you get results, but actually tennis is deeper than that, you know. Like you cannot just get results just because you worked hard, you know. It's about
Absolutely.
like time, it's about patience, it's about your routines, it's about like pushing your limits and then waiting for your luck to turn around, because also this is, let's say 90% you work hard, you wait for your chance, but also like 10% there's a luck, like
Yeah,
percentage, you
you
know.
need things to fall in your way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, I think my advice would be to anyone who wants to be a pro, like who's playing juniors, you know, just stay focused on what you do and believe that you can achieve, and make like right planning on your career. That's also very important. And like, don't expect to get results when you're like 18, 19, because that's miracle, you know. Of course miracle happens,
Yeah,
but that's not how tennis is, you know.
for
It's
sure.
not everyone, Federer or Nadal, that would be top 10 in when they're like 18, you know. So
Yeah,
it's like, on time everything will fall in their way, and then if you work hard enough and if you wait and be patient, and they will turn around. Like tennis will love you back, I would say.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you said one thing and it brought up an old memory of mine. My dad always told me that if I work hard, there's a possibility I might get there. But if I don't work hard, he can guarantee I won't get there. So to your
Yeah,
point of just like, you never
exactly.
know, like you can still work hard, but that doesn't mean you're going to make it. That doesn't mean you're going to win. It's
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, you never know. So what we can do is enjoy the ride, because tennis is a beautiful sport, and I'm sure like so many of people would wish to be in our shoes, because we live
Yeah.
really an amazing life, and this is really a good opportunity for us to be in tennis. And I think everyone, like, earliest you see this, earliest you started to enjoy the ride, like the pain, the sweat, you know, then you wouldn't like regret any of your choices, like any of your sacrifices. If you have to sacrifice, like your friends are going out and you still have to sacrifice to go to practice instead of going out, and then when you manage to get on top, you wouldn't even think about those things, you know. So I think Time and patience would be good
Yeah.
planning.
No, for sure. Yeah, you have to be patient. I mean, I wish things happened at 16 and 17 and 18, but I mean, I'm still learning things every day, and I'm
Yeah.
33 years old. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it only gets better with time, and in my opinion, and I think it will continue to do so. That's the hope.
Exactly. I mean, that's all we can hope. Like, even like, doesn't matter, players, coaches,
Right.
fans, only in time we all hoped it would get better and we would we would get where we want to get in our lives.
For sure.
That's all what we're working for. So
Yeah.
if you don't try, you're not gonna get there. But if you try, like, there's a
Yeah.
slightly a chance that you might be even better placed than you wished for. So
Absolutely.
why not to try?
And speaking of trying, like, as you think about, I know the year is a little turned around, but as you think of like your goals for tennis and playing, like, are you just focused on like, hey, let's get through the day, let's win the day? Or are you more like, hey, in 2 years, I want to be X, I want to be here, I want to be doing this? Like, what's your process look like for that?
Yeah, like at the moment, since tennis is taking so much time of ours, like our lives, so I'm trying to finish university at the same time. So I kind of um, also like a little bit into finishing the university at the moment,
Yep.
but um, I'm kind of into playing doubles more than singles. So I
Okay.
feel like uh, my career, like from this year, I would put more effort on playing doubles and higher levels, which that's my goal in like 1 or 2 years to get to top hundreds in
Mhm.
doubles, which is possible with doubles. I mean, not in singles because singles is more tough, and then players are like really like better. So
Yeah, for sure.
maybe if you
Definitely.
if you say like, okay, if you're now like thousand, and if you say like, I'm gonna get to top hundreds in singles, that's a little uh like not possible. That's like
Yeah.
hallucinating. But
Yeah.
with doubles it's a little bit easier because there are like different rules, different points. So I think I would say like my goals would be like in a year to be like at least near somewhere like top 100 doubles, and then
That's
we'll
very
see
cool.
from there.
No, and I agree. I mean, it's funny because like when I played in college, I was always very good at singles. That was my thing. But now I'm like, I'd rather play doubles. It's easier on the body,
Yeah.
and it's a fun strategy. You work with other people, and to me,
Yeah.
you can progress through doubles quickly, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, singles is a grind. Every tournament's a grind. Traveling's a grind. Everything.
Yeah. It's painful.
But I feel like
No.
doubles, you
Yeah.
can at least not saying you enjoy it more, but at least me, you enjoy that process of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, my coaches, my parents, they always thought I'm a like team, like better at team player. And
Yeah.
I see that. Like I used to play volleyball in my like high school. I was really
Yeah.
enjoying it, but then I had to choose. It wasn't even a choice. I was like, I knew that I want to play tennis.
Right.
So I
Right.
went for tennis, but as soon as I'm on a double court, like no matter how awful I feel the day. You know how like girls are. We have days and we have
Exactly.
months and we feel good, and then second day we feel terrible. So we have those emotion roller coaster. But
Yeah.
as soon as I'm on a doubles court, I really find my way to enjoy the game. Like doesn't matter how awful I feel. I feel like I can read the game, I can really enjoy it, I can play better at it. But singles, it's really like grinding every point, and you have to like fully ready and fit for the singles. Like you have to serve well, you have to hit forehand well, great backhands, and you have to be fast, you have to be
Yeah.
like it's a complete like different com- like competition than
Yeah.
doubles,
For
you
sure.
know.
Absolutely.
So
And
I
I
feel
think that's
like doubles. doubles is my thing, so I feel very comfortable. Like I feel like I can play against anyone in doubles, but not really in singles, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
feel
sure how is it okay for me to say this when I'm playing here like singles, but that's how I feel.
no. I mean, you can have a favorite for sure. I mean, I think it speaks to your, your ability as a player, being able to play both at such a high level. I mean, I think that's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
Last question for you. This is a
Right.
wild card, so I know there's people watching and people will see this after, but what's one thing they don't know about you?
Me?
Yeah, like
I
what's
mean,
like,
I'm
are you
pretty open book, but
okay?
I don't know. Let me think. I have no idea. I think everyone would know anything about me if they
Okay,
just check my Instagram.
okay, so cool, cool. So I'll ask on that note. I'll ask one more. Then I'll ask one more. So
All right.
just as you're signing off, like what would be your final word of motivation or something like that that for you could share with others that helps you get through tough times?
Yeah, I mean, tennis is a really nice sport to be around, and like doesn't matter if you're a tennis fan, if you're a coach, if you're a player, if you're junior, if you're starting a tennis, the environment of tennis is very, like, how do you say, like, elite, you would say,
Yeah.
like very nice people surrounded by,
Yeah.
so it's stands out in anywhere you go in, doesn't matter if you go to school, if you go to university, if you go to friends meeting, when you say like you're a tennis player and you're an athlete, actually, like you just stand out, like they respect you more,
Yeah.
they they care what you say, and they try to listen because they know that this is a very like elite sport, so I would say, like, everyone should feel lucky to be involved with tennis or gonna be involved with tennis. So they should enjoy the
Right.
ride.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think right now tennis is a beautiful sport. It's a safe sport to play, more importantly.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so I encourage everyone to pick up a racket this summer. If you need a lesson, I will give you a lesson.
Yeah, I will give
But
your name.
yeah, send them my way. But no, but in all seriousness, those are all the questions that I had.
Thank
And
you.
honestly, thank you for your time. And I know you're in a hotel or not at home, but
Yes, I would want to
um,
show you my room, but it's pretty messy, so
that's
you just
you're a tennis player. You're competing. It should be messy.
oh yeah.
I wish you the best of luck, not only in the tournament currently, but for the rest of the
Thank
year and
you.
many years to come. And know that we'll be watching you from the States and look forward to
I
seeing you grow.
I hope so. Thank you very much for having me. And you stay safe and keep your people safe there.
Will do,
And we're gonna try to stay safe here as well.
for sure, for sure.
Mm.
Thanks again,
All right.
and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, see
All
you.
right,
Thank you
see
for
you.
having me.
All
Bye.
right, bye.